Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I got to make sure that I check my mic because I was doing a listening in the background, like kind of doing a test. And it seemed like every time I played my music, I had a problem with my mic. But when I turned my music off, wasn't no problem. Or when it was really, really low. So tell me, put a one in the chat. If it's good, put a two in the chat. If it's trash right now. If you can for me, put a one in the chat. If you can hear my background, put a two. If you can hear it sounds good. That's all I care about. That's all I actually care about. If it sounds good, and of course, I am live on Instagram too. Well, I should be live on Instagram right now, and I'll try to get a lot of stuff together. Just try and get my life. Try and get my life right with Jesus. Get your life right with Jesus. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but what's going on, everybody? It's your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. And today I'm going to talk about Ultron returning to the MCU. Happy stuff. You know what I mean? But I also gotta share with y'all something that my man Ryan Reynolds just shared on on Instagram. And I think it's going to be very interesting to you guys when I did you actually technically I've been up since 5 trying to get the audio and everything right, and I had to do my episode 5 and 6 video which will come out later on today. That actually one will come out around noon. Number 5 will come out at noon. Number 5, episode 5 will come out at noon. Episode 6 will come out at 7 tonight. So yeah, I had to do something, had to get some prayers or something going on. But again, hopefully you guys are happy. Hope you guys are happy. We're gonna get into some happy stuff today. It's gonna be, not so blackety black because I sometimes y'all like my dead mic. You know what I'm saying? If you know who that is. I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blickety black, and I'm black, y'all. But today we're just gonna talk about Ultra returning. We're going to do a reaction video to new rock stars. I'm also going to show you the clip of what Ryan Reynolds just posted on his Instagram about Gambit. So hope you guys are happy. Hope you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan over at the Heavy Gan channel. But you already know what it is. The real question is, all right, all right, all right. I think hold on. I think my Instagram is not playing now. Hold, give me just a second cuz maybe I got to keep that up. Hold on. It said I'm live, but it doesn't look like I'm live. Hold on. I might have to remove. Give me just a second cuz let me let me do something real quick cuz I don't see myself on IG. And all right, while that's doing okay, now where we go. Let me go live now. So I got one for going live and the other one over here. So let's see who's in the building today. Kiro Black, what's up? Good morning, good morning. Junior Network, good morning, good morning, good morning. And I see you up now. I see you over there, Kiro, on Instagram. Roberta, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm glad I sound great. But again, I was working on this thing, like, and plus, like I said, getting the other videos and stuff together. Tracy Wood, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Torian, good morning, good morning. Not with the WD-40. We're not doing with the WD-40. Busy Brown, what's up? What's up? What's up? Tough Marvel Villains T. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's funny because it's Marvel Villains and Heroes, and everybody look black. I'm not even gonna lie. Unless the people that's colored, they look black. Mr. Gaza, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Moses Blackthorn, good morning. Good morning. And shout out to those who are on Instagram that are not there anymore. Von Stoppable, I mean, you was there, but now you're not there no more. It's all good. It is all good. Anyway, yes, I am live on Instagram. Yeah, I had to cut it and then redo it for Instagram because I cut that feed off because I wanted to show y'all the what I just seen from Ryan Reynolds. So let me share this real quick with y'all. This was a teaser for Ryan Reynolds, and I'm gonna read to you what Ryan put on here. This is like a deleted scene from yeah, this is like a deleted scene from Marvel, from Deadpool and Wolverine. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not going to play the sound, but this is Gambit at the end of the fight. Now, this wasn't in the final copy, but this is Gambit seeing the Marvel sparkles in his eyes to make his eyes look red. So now, to me, it's confirming without shadow of a doubt that Gambit is going to be in we know Gambit is coming to the MCU, is going to be in the Secret Wars, and it's going to be Channing Tatum's Gambit. Because it's inevitable. Plus, like what I said about whatchamacallit being here, about Wesley Snipes, about how Ryan was pulling, you know what I'm saying? About Ryan's pull with Wesley Snipes, and why I said that was disrespectful to bring a Blade movie in because of Mahershala Ali. But there's no Gambit, in the MCU. There was no Gambit in the old X-Men film. So I'm perfectly fine with Channing Tatum coming over as his version of Gambit, coming over to the MCU. And I know now that's the way you do your pull. To me, that's the way you do your pull. When you got pulled like that, then you could be able to bring over, your friend and be like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I got you there. You know what I mean? And plus, truth be told, Gambit's little saying, you know what I'm saying? Like what's the line? I'm about to make a name of myself out here. Everybody's been saying it ever since they posted that clip. Ooh, I'm about to make a name about myself out here. It went by. Everybody's loving it. Everybody's been saying, hell, my kids have been saying it. So now when people are on board, you bring the guy in. I'm good with Gambit. Only reason why I had a problem with the Wesley Snipes thing is only because Mahershala Ali movie is not even out there yet. You know what I'm saying? So he can do his version of Blade. Then you could do that other version of Blade. After that, I don't care. Just get Mahershala Ali's movie out. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying. For me, I love what they did, with Gambit in this movie. Some of it was built for jokes and stuff like that, but they did take him seriously. You know what I'm saying? And this is noted. Matter of fact, let me put this back on here. I didn't read this. I did not read this, but let me read this so I can show y'all here on that left right-hand side corner. It said a version of this sequence is in the film playing on one of the monitors in a deep background of the TVA. Whoa. So now it's most definitely confirmed that, that Gambit is now in the MCU. So what do you guys think about this? Again, I like it. I like it. I first of all, I'm a Channing Tatum fan. I like Channing Tatum. You know what I'm saying? This is good stuff. This is good stuff. And I would like to see what he does more with the character. I would have liked him a little slimmer. You know what I'm saying? Because Channing Tatum was kind of a big dude. Magic Mike. You know what I'm saying? He Magic. Would I like him a little slimmer? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But hey, his character is growing in popularity because of what that one saying. That one saying grew in popularity. So I'm with it. I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? But what do you guys think about this? Put it in the comment section. If you're watching this on a replay, put this in the comment section below. You know what I'm saying? And let me know what you guys think. Are did you see the movie? Would you like Channing Tatum as Gambit? Or if you could fan cast, who would you fan cast as Gambit in the MCU? Let me know. Put it in the comment section below. And let me know what you think. You know what I mean? But again, personally, I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. You know what I mean? If it's just something for Secret Wars, you know what I mean? Let it go through Secret Wars, and then if they want to recast after that, recast. If they don't, then don't. You know what I mean? But I would like a version of uh Lord have mercy, what's her name? Rogue. I would like a good version of Rogue. You know what I'm saying too, but yeah, get Chet Hanks. I like Chet Hanks. Honestly, I like him. Not Chet Hanks. I'm thinking of Clint Eastwood's son. I still want him as as Cyclops. To me, he looks like Cyclops. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I can see Chet Hanks a little bit like that. But again, put it in the comment section below. Let me know, who do y'all want? You know what I'm saying? You said I wish I wish Wolverine called Gambit the Cajun. What good? We might get, now that the character's established. Now that the character's established, we might get that. Hey, did you see Jonathan Majors is doing that in a bit in Philly? I did not see that. If you could send it to my to either my Instagram or send it to my Twitter, my ex, and let me know. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what's going on. Army Hammer. Yeah. If Army Hammer can come back, so can Jonathan Majors. Is all I'm saying about that. But like I said, as long as if it goes, we don't know. We don't know more than what he could do with the character. If he could slim down a little bit, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know what I mean? If he want to be dedicated to the role, I say slim down. You know what I mean? But all right, let's get to the main topic. This is Ultron to return to the MCU. What? What? And they're talking about he's going to come back in the Vision series? What? Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm one of the rare dudes, when Age of Ultron came out, that I seen it. I'm gonna get into it after this, Khalil, but I appreciate it. But I was one of the rare dudes when Age of Ultron came out that was defending Age of Ultron. People be having like revisionist history because people's like, Age of Ultron is not that bad. It ain't bad. Da, 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 da. People did not like Age of Ultron. I literally think Age of Ultron, for one reason, is because Tony Stark created Ultron and not Ant-Man. Shit, why am I having brain farts? Been having brain farts all day. Damn. I'm looking right at him in my face. But yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. But that was one of the things that the original Ant-Man did create him. So, and then Hank Pym. Thank you, Moses. Thank you. I don't know what the hell is going on with me today. Having brain farts. But, and number two, it was not necessarily the Age of Ultron for the comics. It was like the week of Ultron. And I think that's what they were talking about, having a problem with these one and done villains. And Ultron is not a one and done villain. Now, this is my hypothesis. This is just a theory, a hypothesis that I have. But y'all know that Marvel brought back Ultron in their Disney Cruise series. Now, matter of fact, before I get to that, let me see if that's still on the internet. The Disney Cruise Ultron video. But yeah, I personally like Ultron. You know what I'm saying? I personally like Ultron. And a lot of people did not like that movie. I thought the movie was fantastic. Personally, me, I thought the movie was fantastic. Oh, hold on real quick. This is loud, so I'm not gonna play the audio. It is the Disney cruise clips. And let me just share my screen real quick. And give me just a second. Let me get this prepared for you guys. Oops. What the heck am I doing? Nope, that's not what I want. This is what I want. All right. This is from the Disney cruise clips uh that they show with like Miss Marvel and all these people in it. I don't know if I'm going to get a copyright claim, but Ultron is back on that. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, we seen Ultron in this clip, you know, with Ant-Man. And again, I'm not trying to, I don't know how much I would get in trouble for this. You know what I'm saying? But for one, Ant-Man got slapped with a dude who was made out of vibranium. He should be dead. He should have died right then and there. And you're right, Moses, absolutely. You know, but he was getting like, this was, like I said, this was from the Disney crew. And again, what they did with Ultron and What If was dope. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, that's what made What If, because that What If with Ultron in it was the dope, especially with Killmonger too. That was dope. You know what I'm saying? With the Infinity Stones, all of this shit, that was super dope. But remember, this was on the Disney cruise that we see earlier, and I think Miss Marvel is in this clip. I know Janet Van Dyne is in this. I'm trying to skip ahead because I wanted to see who, I forgot who else was in this clip. I think Vision. No, Vision is not in this clip. I don't know if it was Pym particles or did he get sucked in the same time vortex that Kane got that was, yeah, Sam Wilson was in here, but did he get sent to the same time vortex that Kane got sent to? Because that's what, if you really pay attention to this, I think he did. Again, I still, we still want Kane. You know what I'm saying? I think Kane should come back for Secret Wars, but yeah, this was all at that Disney cruise thing also. So yeah, let me get rid of that real quick. Yeah, Kang and Ultron team up, that'd be dope. You know what I mean? That'd be dope. Kang and Ultron team up, man. What's up, Rashad Walker? What's good? What's good? All right, now let's get to why am I right there? let's get to the video that I wanted to show, because I just wanted to know that they've been testing this out, but they did it on the Disney cruise. And again, I didn't want to play that audio. You know what I'm saying? You reacting to another YouTuber's stuff is different than reacting to a company's stuff. You know what I mean? But let's get to this here. Let me share my screen real quick. And this is Eric Voss for New Rockstars. He said Marvel won't discard that plot line. I promise you. When has Marvel ever dropped a narrative? Even the leader came back 50 years. You're not lying. We don't know. Half of the time, we don't know what Marvel's doing. We just got to kind of ride with it. But let's see what Eric Voss is talking about when he's talking about Vision coming back in the Ultron coming back in the Vision series. Let's see what he says.
Ultron is confirmed to return to the MCU.
He's loud. I'm sorry.
Reporting that James Spader is playing the character once again in the upcoming
James
Vision
Spader is
series,
awesome.
Previously known as Vision Quest, though that title may be changing. We'll get into that. This is a series shooting in early 2025 and releasing in 2026. We are also learning that Elizabeth Olsen, Wanda Maximoff, may also appear. And according to the Hollywood Reporter, the Vision series is meant to be the third part of a trilogy with WandaVision and Agatha all along. So in this video,
okay, so that gives me a little bit more clarity. Remember, the only reason why I said that I was not interested in Agatha because what does it have to do with the overall plot of the MCU going forward when we start talking about the multiverse? We got to wrap, no matter what you guys say, we still got to wrap up the multiverse. We have to. We got to wrap up the multiverse for the particular reason you don't start nothing and then now all of a sudden it's done. So we have to get this over and done with so we can be out of this point blank period. But if this is a trilogy that started in WandaVision and we're going into Agatha, maybe they're resurrecting Wanda in this, and Wanda's a key part of the multiverse. Maybe she's an anchor for the multiverse. I don't know. But now I'm more into, now this made me like, okay, if this is a trilogy, maybe I'm more interested in Agatha, than I was previously before, especially if they're bringing Wanda Maximoff back and we found out she's an anchor for the 616 or she has a significant role with her being in here. So I'm, most definitely looking at that. What's up, Dr. Carpy? What's up? Shalom, shalom. All right, let's go.
I'm going to explain how Ultron is coming back, how Wanda could be coming back, whether we'll see Ultron or Wanda as early as Agatha all along, and how these titles will really fit together as a trilogy. So this Vision series was announced back in October 2022 as a WandaVision spinoff, following the character known as White Vision.
Busy Brown, you're absolutely correct. Ralph Boner does set up, it's just a multiverse alone. You set up a lot of people. My man Mo, what's up with it? King Mo, what is good? But it did set up a lot of things. But let's see what they're talking about here.
With Paul Bettany set to reprise his role. At the time, the title was known as Vision Quest. WandaVision and Agatha showrunner Jack Schaefer was set.
I mean, they need to do something, give my man, my man's a little too, he is mayonnaise glue white. You know what I mean? Give my man some cocoa butter or something to put him out in the sun. Jesus Christ. Pasty. What do you say on Chappelle's show? You white pasty bastard. Good God.
That to oversee this series. We heard little about it until May 22nd, 2024, when Variety reported that Terry Matalas, showrunner of Star Trek Picard, would now be the showrunner of this Vision series, which would now be releasing in 2026, and that Jack Schaefer would now just be focusing solely on Agatha all along.
My name is Wendy. I'm 51 years
if I'm not mistaken, 2026 is when we're supposed to get Secret Wars. So maybe all of this does set up Secret Wars and why they're significant for that story.
Did not include the name Vision Quest, but just went back to calling it the Vision series. Then after San Diego Comic-Con in July 2024, Kevin Feige talked to Inverse about Terry Matalas and how Feige loved Picard Season 3. I've been trying to find the fuller quote.
Honestly, Picard is actually really good. And to me, I think that there's God damn it. I think there's a lot of moving parts with this. And I'm gonna be truthful. I know people ask me about Kang all the time. I still think that there's hope. I think there's hope for Kang to come back. But I believe he won't come back until Secret Wars. Now, they could be done with him in Doom War or Doomsday or whatever. But I think Kang Prime, I believe Kang Prime still has an opportunity to come back in Secret Wars. For the simple fact is that we still have enough time for Jonathan Majors to get through his thing. We also now have Jonathan Majors when we did the Naruto story. People are still asking about if they are like, I want Jonathan Majors in the Naruto series. Just think of how much more that they want him to come back as Kang. You know what I mean? I think that there may be some meat. I think that's the reason why Kevin Feige wouldn't talk about Kang on that interview. For the simple fact is that you're just not going to talk about it whatsoever. We're just going to ignore it. We're not going to talk about it. We're out of it. He could have easily say, we're out of the Kang business. We're moving on to Dr. Doom and keep it pushing. He refused to talk about it. So that tells me there is still a slimmer of hope that things can be able by 2027. Are we going to remember really what happened with Jonathan Majors like that? Like, honestly, we're talking about the meat and potatoes of the actual story of what happened, with him and going to court and all of that. Are we really going to care? You know what I mean? Are we really going to care? In 3 years from now, when the movie drops. It's just like how we seen where everybody was like, oh snap, Wesley. Just think of the crowd going nuts, Kang versus Doom, or Kang, Ultron, Doom battling. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I'm telling you, the crowd will lose their mind. The crowd will lose their mind seeing that. Just seeing Kane come back, the crowd will get so, because they're like, oh snap, they didn't completely dump, they rehired him, but they didn't completely dump all of this that we built for Kang in the multiversal war. Now, because in the way that they can tell the story is that originally we had the multiversal war with all the Kangs. Now that Loki controls everything that happens with the flow of time because he's holding the multiverse together, we don't need the additional Kang. You technically don't now. You don't need the additional Kangs to for the multiversal war. What you need is one Kang that can be able to take on everything, not the additional Kangs. That one Kang that could destroy this whole entire universe. That one badass Kang. That way, that if you do kill Kang in the MCU and you have Doom do it, it makes sense because people forget Doom might be a lot of things, but one thing Doom loves is his people. That's why in Doom Wars, in the comics, he got bestowed upon by Bast. You know what I mean? Because he loves his people. So he would do anything. That's just how T'Challa is. Him and T'Challa is literally the same type of dude. They would do anything for their people and to protect what is theirs and their land. So if Doom's concept is that I can remake this world in my own image, and Kang is coming there just to destroy because he wants to create time in his own image because he still wants to control time and, you know, not necessarily have Kang do, Doom do it. That is a good myth. This is something that you could put and you could pitch and people will understand. Comic book readers will understand the dynamic of Kang and Doom. And you can make Doom a sympathetic figure. So he's not only just a villain, but he's kind of an anti-hero also in the same aspect. So there's ways you could be able to do it where you're just bringing Robert Downey Jr. back and he's not just a complete villain. Let me keep going. Y'all keep putting in the chat. Y'all going good in the chat. Keep putting that stuff in the chat.
From this interview, but others have been contextualizing it, saying that Feige after Comic-Con was referring to the show as White Vision, but I don't know if Feige would be using that description because Marvel Studios has never referred to this version of Vision that way. It's just really how those of us who watched WandaVision referred to the character, but I think the interviewer just asked Feige about White Vision and Feige was like, oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. But this show was definitely called Vision Quest during the Jack Schaefer era, but may now have a different title under the Terry Matlos era. And this version of the show includes Ultron and perhaps the Scarlet Witch. White Vision was created using the spare parts of Vision that were recovered by Sword from Wakanda after Thanos killed him by ripping out the Mind Stone in Avengers Infinity War. In the events of WandaVision, Wanda visited Sword to look at Vision's body, trying to sense any bit of life in him, but was unable to.
I can't feel you.
So Wanda, in her grief, created the Hex over Westview, including conjuring a Hex version of Vision and the Mind Stone, who was then known as Red Vision, or as I like to call him, Scarlet Vision, because, you know, he's like a vision of the Scarlet Witch. You get it.
I like my guy's Eric Voss. I like listening to him. Check out New Rock Stars. I've been rocking with them literally for the past like 7 years, you know, but let me keep going.
Meanwhile, Sword director Hayward, through Project Cataract, rebuilt the scraps of Vision into a new synthezoid and powered this synthezoid using Wanda's cosmic radiation derived from a Stark drone that
with a box of scraps
Sword had sent into Westview and Wanda threw back out. That reanimated Vision came back online with a white and blue color, and we called him White Vision. In the WandaVision finale, White Vision and Scarlet.
I mean, technically, if you go back into the comics, there's a White Vision. You know what I'm saying? He has no personality.
Scarlet Vision battled throughout Westview until Scarlet Vision confronted his other in the library with the Ship of Theseus thought experiment.
The Ship of Theseus is an artifact in a museum. Over time, its planks of wood rot and are replaced with new planks. When no original plank remains, is it still the Ship of Theseus?
White Vision begins to bug out from this paradox, saying that both are the true ship. Neither are the true ship. And he compares this to himself, saying that he does not have the Mind Stone, and Scarlet Vision concedes that he has not 1 single ounce of his original material.
Perhaps the rot is the memories, the wear and tear of the voyages, the wood touched by Theseus himself.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think WandaVision gets enough props how good that show was written. You know what I mean? WandaVision was written. That was probably before X-Men 97. WandaVision was the best written show as a show. You know what I'm saying? And they created it like a show. Even though they went through the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000 eras of television, they did it, and the writing was amazing on there. To me, I don't know about you guys, but to me, it was amazing.
I have not retained memories, but you do have the data. It is merely being kept from you. A weapon to be more easily controlled.
And I ask you, who would the Theseus be in this analogy? Wouldn't Theseus be Ultron? So whoever has been touched by Ultron is the true Vision. So already right there in that conversation, we could see how WandaVision is just part of this Age of Ultron. This video was sponsored by DoorDash.
And I would like, I would like that Age of Ultron, for one, get more props than what it did, because I think that movie is really good. Number two, now instead of people like, oh, it's a week of Ultron, this is actually expanded through Vision, through now the white Vision. We don't know what's happening in Agatha all along. I'm a little bit more interested, but not gonna lie. If this is playing a longer story, you know, if you're a big wrestling fan, then we're big on the storylines. So if the storyline, even though it might last a year and a half, if the storyline leads to an epic ending, then the storyline was worth all the things we went through. And if we're actually doing Age of Ultron, if we do it over a span that actually ends in the Vision Quest story or the Visions or whatever the name of this is going to be, I'll be with it. I'll be like, okay, you got me. Because again, you have to bring whoever wrote WandaVision, you got to bring that person back, because it was amazing. Amazing writing, intellectual, emotional, all of that. And if you do that in Agatha, you got me. I'm not totally out of it. Now that I know that it's part of a trilogy, I'm not totally out of it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to skip a little bit.
I decided to throw a barbecue a few weeks ago.
Okay, I know.
I got a bunch of hot dogs, fired up the grill, had everybody hanging out. And then
he's pitching a product, and I'm sorry. I'm getting out of the pitching a product.
So Scarlet Vision touches White Vision's head and unlocks all of White Vision's memories since his creation, including everything involving his Theseus, Ultron.
And Busy Brown, that's kind of what I want. I want them to go back and actually fix the plot. All it is just fix the writing that you created. You decided to do it, fix it. You know what I'm saying? But again, at the same time, don't throw away the characters that you created in the first place. Don't throw away Kang, because that wouldn't make any sense. Even if they decided to recast, even if they decided to recast, don't throw away the character. Now that I know Coleman Domingo is voicing Norman Osborn in that Spider-Man series, I don't look at him as Kang now. So, you know, if you can bring back Jonathan Major, which he wants to come back, the fans want him back, damn it, do that. Let's go. Let's go. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. Let's go.
Tron. Because, of course, Vision was originally created by Ultron as the final vessel for his own consciousness, a synthezoid made from vibranium-enhanced human tissue and the Mind Stone. Of course, what recharted this vessel to a different port, I'm really stretching it at this point, is the fact that this synthezoid of Vision has Jarvis's operating system and a little love tap from Thor's lightning channeled via Mjolnir. In the Age of Ultron film, it was implied that his very name of Vision came from Thor's vision from the Norns and the Water of Sight that foretold the Infinity Infinity Stones. Actually, the more I talk about this, the more I'm thinking like, wait, ships, water, boats, Viking boats. This is all connected. At the end of the day, the MCU version of Vision has always rooted his nomenclature and even his cape back to the God of Thunder. But of course, the Mind Stone also gave him a cosmic connection to his North Star, Wanda Maximoff.
The best thing.
And this is the reason why I fool with new rock stars more than anything, because their breakdowns to me are the best in the business. You know, I like heavy spoilers too, but I love the way that Eric Voss does his breakdowns.
Age of Ultron, and got to know better after Pietro's death in Avengers Compound, as the two of them watched old sitcom DVDs from the Maximoff family home in Sokovia. So,
and then we know that those watching the old sitcoms was something that Wanda coped with in WandaVision, which again, if it was me, we'll be in the episode of Knight Rider. I don't care what y'all say. We riding in kit. That's what we do. Universal, let me borrow that car.
Oh, back in the Westview Library, White Vision declared, "I am Vision," and flew up out of the Westview Library skylight after this Ultron awakening. I actually think "I am Vision" wouldn't be the worst retitle for this series, by the way. Even though Wanda's hex faded at the end of WandaVision, it seems like certain elements of her spell live on. That's certainly the case for Agatha Harkness at the top of...
Now, okay, you know, first of all, first of all, this is D-Generation X. You jabroni, what are you doing in here? Anyway, yeah, Eric Voss is awesome. I know a guy, you know, say who did a little video, you know what I'm saying, that I posted it on Twitter, you know what I'm saying, and like check it out, because I think the dude's stealing my stuff. You know what I'm saying? But check it out, you know, it's on Twitter. This guy, he's a Canadian, you know, he did something. You know, he talked about a little something yesterday about, you know, Superman. So go and check that video out. You know what I'm saying? I think he's slow, but you know what I mean? But anyway, but anyway, again, if Agatha create or connects more to what we're knowing about the hex and what does that I truly believe now that Wanda Maximoff is going to be the anchor being of the sacred timeline. I'm thinking more and more, and if that ties into that, then it makes Deadpool and Wolverine, you know, it would make sense for them, because again, if Tony Stark was an anchor being, why isn't the TVA coming after coming to some of the Avengers and letting them know, hey, we shouldn't have killed Tony Stark? You know what I mean? Why did we just say that? You know what I mean? So,
of Agatha all along, and presumably it's the case for White Vision wherever he is. So Ultron seemed to die at the end of Age of Ultron. The best scene of the movie was this dialogue between Vision and Ultron. Ultron was occupying what seemed like the last remaining Ultron sentry from the Battle of Sokovia. This is the one that Steve Rogers actually busted the chest open with his shield and booted off the ledge earlier in the battle.
You're the last one.
You were supposed to be the last. Stark asked for a savior and settled for a slave.
I suppose we are both disappointments.
I suppose we are.
These two synthesoids.
dude, I'm telling you, that movie is way better than what people I'm talking about. What people are taking it for.
It's discuss human nature.
Humans are odd. They think order and chaos are somehow opposites and try to control what won't, but there is grace in their failings. I think you missed that.
They're doomed.
Yes. But a thing isn't beautiful because it lasts. It's a privilege to be among them.
You're unbearably naive.
I'm talking about, James Spader was so awesome as Ultron. I can't wait for this to come back.
Well, I was born yesterday.
And then the camera cuts to far away as a golden Mind Stone glow just emits through the trees.
But we also know that Ultron was uploaded. He got all of his information from online, so it wouldn't be out the realm of possibility for Ultron to still be online too.
Indicating that Ultron is probably vaporized, but born yesterday. Interesting choice of words in retrospect, because White Vision now in this upcoming series was effectively born as yesterday can be in the MCU. Like, I think the only thing younger than White Vision might be, what, Tiamat? Now, there are a few different possibilities for where Ultron's consciousness could have gone from there. One is that his consciousness might have even leapt into Vision after he zapped him in the trees with the Mind Stone, and maybe stayed dormant all of this time in Vision's mind.
That would actually be awesome. That would be an awesome concept.
until Scarlet Vision awakened that part of Ultron's source code in that scene in WandaVision.
Here's Morikawa in a tough spot.
All right, let's let me put myself back on camera. But yeah, I that would actually be a excellent concept if they turned around and they did that. You know, put him, you know, have him dormant in his life.
Ultron Sentry head that Peter Parker finds in the DODC vault, where the eyes are
They're
still
glowing,
red,
yes.
which is a big deal because in Age
Hey,
of
Lottie
Ultron,
J.
glowing red eyes were how we knew that Ultron's consciousness was occupying any given Sentry at any given time. So this would imply that Spider-Man held Ultron in his hands. But I don't know how much bearing we should give that Easter egg, because while the MCU Spider-Man movies were joint productions between Marvel and Sony, the crew persons who put these Easter eggs in the movies for the Sony films just weren't as plugged in with the Marvel Studios brain trust and tend to just add details as Easter eggs and that's it, rather than clues for future plot points. But there was one new clue recently that could point to where Ultron is now.
Give it to me, Eric.
In Wolverine, when Wade Wilson visits Happy Hogan at the Avengers compound in the Sacred Timeline on March 14, 2018, we see in Tony Stark's office an additional detail that I just recently spotted in our Deadpool 60 More Details video last week. A heavily weathered metallic faceplate of an Iron Man helmet or an Iron Legion sentry, and I think it might be the very first Iron Legion sentry whose broken body Ultron took over after killing Jarvis in Avengers Tower. March 2018 would have been just a few months after Happy Hogan completed the move out of Avengers Tower up to Avengers Compound around fall 2017, with all the remaining relics and odds and ends that Tony had kept in the tower all moved up north. And Happy, as head of security, would have personally overseen which items go where on Avengers Compound.
And I can see them having a piece of that tech still in a crate, you know, ready to be reopened. Oh, that'd be awesome. That again, I like Vision. I like Age of Ultron. I like WandaVision. So I'm all for this.
My thinking was that he might have put the original face of Ultron here on the shelf within Tony's eyeline from his desk as a reminder to Tony of the dangers of AI. And by the way, in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., after the Ultron incident, the use and development of AI in the world of the MCU was supposed to have been outlawed, except, of course, I suppose by Tony Stark, who continued to use Friday and Edith in the MCU thereafter. But imagine that, an AI-free world. What a concept. I think Ultron could still be alive in some dormant form in Avengers Compound, because Tony might have kept that source code of Ultron somewhere where he could keep an eye on it, like on an air-gapped computer or some kind of device that would not be plugged into anything.
They need to pay off that Olin Zoloff scene from Captain America Winter Soldier. Kind of like what they paid it off in what they did in What If. I still would like them to be able to do that.
Or even Wi-Fi connected, just to make sure that it didn't get anywhere else or recovered by, you know, some aspiring engineer in the forests of Sokovia and then installed on that guy's hard drive. Maybe even Tony kept it in that silver Mark II head that is right behind the desk where he could keep a constant eye on it. And he keeps that faceplate in his eye line as a reminder to always look over his shoulder. Now, it is possible that James Spader's Ultron exists in this Vision series only as like a voice or an apparition in White Vision's mind, his programming, his memory database.
But I just thought about this. If he grabbed, if Vision grabbed Ultron and downloaded all their information into Ultron, then that means that information is a two-way door. You download information, but you also merging the information of Ultron into Vision. So in retrospective, when they operated Vision, or when they put that White Vision online, that program of Ultron should still be in there, even though it's overcoded with what the Mind Stone, you know, put in him. That's just my theory. So I believe that it's dormant inside of Vision, never left. The Mind Stone was just more powerful than the actual AI of Vision. And that's the reason why they could not have Vision, or Vision didn't even understand, you know, that he had that code inside of him, because he did already have the Mind Stone was controlling all aspects of him. So even with White Vision online, I believe he was more like more like a dormant version of Ultron than he actually thought. That's a hypothesis.
tank as opposed to a physical form in the real world of the show. That could also be how Elizabeth Olsen's Wanda appears in the series. Maybe we see flashbacks to scenes that were set during the events of Age of Ultron. But Lord, I hope not. If you're going to pay to bring these characters back, let's just firmly establish their statuses as alive in the MCU. Like, give them new dialogue, new stories, new consequences. Because the issue with Age of Ultron is that Ultron is born, lives, and dies in just like a matter of days. That's not much of an age. It's far more chilling if the age of Ultron is the age we are still living in, with the specter of AI continuing to live in the shadows. And
I agree, Eric. I agree.
That could be what they call this trilogy. They could call it the true Age of
Ultron,
Ultron, as we see how it affects characters who are both robotic and characters who conjure sorcery. In the way that Secret Invasion used the aftermath of the Battle of Earth to set up new crises. Remember the Harvest, where Avenger DNA...
That was stupid. I'm sorry. That was stupid. They just went around just grabbing DNA. Oh, that looked like somebody's blood. Who blood is this? They had to already have their blood to be able to Arnhem. My bad, Maurice. Arnhem. But they already had to have their blood to be like, oh, this is that person's blood. This was dumb.
And was recovered by Nick Fury and
What
the
up,
Skrulls.
Chief?
We can use that same critical historical event, the same rubble, to show how that Ultron source code could have gotten out into the world, into the wrong hands, after Avengers Compound was destroyed in the Battle of Earth, and that virus is now infecting the world in all kinds of horrible ways. And it would be the task of White Vision to stop it, as the only computerized mobile source that could actually contain it and bottle it. White Vision might be searching the Earth for anybody to help him who remembers ripping the heart out of Ultron, specifically Wanda Maximoff, who I think we can now say cannot be dead after that flash of red from the rubble of Wundagore Temple in Multiverse of Madness.
Man, that chick disappeared somewhere. And it wasn't Ultron. It was what's his name? The writer, Josh Whedon, you know, not having this be a prolonged. You know what I'm saying? Not having, you know, Ultron be a looming presence even after the week that happened. You know, and not showing in some type of way that he was still there. So that's the only problem that it wasn't the move. It wasn't necessarily the movie, is what they did with the villain afterwards. You know what I mean? So
when this show was still called Vision Quest, I just assumed that Vision searching for Wanda was that quest. So how could the series work as the third part of a trilogy to WandaVision and to Agatha All Along? I don't think we're going to see White Vision or Ultron appearing in Agatha All Along. It just doesn't seem like that kind of show. But I think this show could explain Wanda's survival from Wundagore by saying that she slipped down into the Witch's Road realm. It could be like when Wanda went into the Witch's Road in the 2016 James Robinson comic run, when the spectral form of Agatha was at her side, and she finds down there her mother Natalia. Instead of Natalia now, the witch that they find could be Wanda, the Scarlet Witch. And that could set up Vision on this quest to scour the earth for Wanda in whatever this show is called. Vision Quest, I Am Vision, maybe even Vision Wanda, on this mission to finally destroy Ultron, which was both of their very first villain in the MCU.
Compared with other chews, one Rebecca.
Honestly, what do you guys think it should be called? Put it in the comment section. I want to hear what you guys think, what this should be called.
To try to wrap our minds around this concept is that this Vision streaming series could pick up the pieces that referenced in WandaVision the Tom King Vision series from 2015. This is a comic run where Vision builds a nuclear family of synthezoids, a wife Virginia, and kids Vin and Viv. Oh, and poor Viv. There is some speculation that Elizabeth Olsen might actually in this series be playing Vision's wife Virginia. Vision creates Virginia in the comics using Wanda Maximoff's brainwaves that she gave him as a gift. We're also hearing that Javon Walton.
That's weird, but that wouldn't be too bad though if he still had, you know, that when the original Vision touched White Vision, that he gave him the consciousness of what Wanda Maximoff did as far as her power and everything, putting that inside of him. That would be awesome. No Diddy
from Euphoria might be in talks to play a character codenamed as Teen, which is the same codename used currently for Joe Locke's character in Agatha All Along. Assuming Joe's playing Billy, aka Wiccan, that might make this teen Tommy, aka Speed. But either way, the son of the family would be following the Vin role from the comics. And James Spader's Ultron might be playing the role of the Grim Reaper, Eric Williams, from this comic run, who does something horrible to Viv, and then Virginia goes crazy on him. And I think we all want a recreation of the moment Wanda rips out Ultron's heart from Age of Ultron. We got a nod to the Grim Reaper's helmet in WandaVision episode 2's intro.
And again, I think that they have something. They set up so much in WandaVision that they have to pay that off. And I think that that will be awesome if they paid a lot of that stuff off.
Intro, and we did get a couple other nods to it. Like in the comics, the family dog also dies. So that could be how these three shows form a kind of trilogy. In a sense, this Vision series, as the third chapter of it, would be an inverse of what WandaVision was, where now it would be Vision sadly trying to build a family from his own imagination and a granddaddy patriarch of this family tree. Ultron could be back in a kind of Logan Roy position to stake his claim. What form do you think James Spader's Ultron and Elizabeth Olsen's Wanda Maximoff will take in the Vision series? Comment down below with your thoughts.
All right, so let me go ahead and put that back up. I do like Eric's breakdown. I wanted to do his breakdown because this is the first time I've seen it, and I seen it on here, and I was like, I wanted to do a reaction video with you guys instead of me watching it and me doing this. You know what I'm saying, in front of the TV. Oh, I would have did. I'm glad I was able to do that with you guys. But what I would like to see is Vision do the Vision family. You know what I mean? And use whatever that Wanda put inside of him, because I believe there's some of a Wanda spell still inside of that Vision that we had, the original Vision that gave all the memories to White Vision, and then he does create that thing. I think that would be awesome. I think that they still need to give that man a tan also, because he's out here just white. He's just really white. So anyway, what did you guys think? Especially if you watch this on a replay, put it in the comment section below and let me know what you guys think about this.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
All right, gotta wrap this thing up. Thank you so very much for tuning into another episode of the Dre Max Show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Where's my outro at? I gotta go. Well, I gotta go. What is that? What are you doing? Where's the outro?
Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over?
What?
Huh. Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.